Hello beer tubers and welcome to the MBCC 2021 Extravaganza series of videos. We're going to have a great time again this year. We're here, the guys, kind of like behind the camera, me, Peter, the master of Hoppets, Brett of Weisse. We even got Tobias, Major Macro. So the line is huge for Moxa because it's some of the highest rated beer of the festival, but right next door, Forager is also pouring beers, and they have a beer that's even higher rated, but the thing is, like, people don't know about it because they didn't announce the beer they were pouring. So it's kind of, yeah, that's how it is. But the beer is Pastry Lace.
Yes.
Can you tell us the info because you have it right there?
Okay.
So it's barrel aged, was it Willet and Rye whiskey?
Yeah.
From Few.
And it's a three-way collab with Pulpit Rock and Barrel Theory. And yeah, so it's a adjunct or pastry-esque stout with vanilla beans and cocoa nibs, toasted coconut, roasted pecans, and cayenne peppers. And then, yeah, as I said, it's bourbon and rye whiskey barrel aged. Yeah.
It sounds really dope. You've already tried it.
Yeah.
So it's a bit cold, but fuck, it smells so good.
Yeah.
So much rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Huge
And
waffle rye whiskey and coconut and vanilla. Like, it's so vanilla here.
Yeah. But I love that it has that spice component to kind of play against or give a contrast to.
Yeah, offset it a bit.
Yeah.
It's like really much. It's very much reminiscent of like what brewery? It's almost like the barrel aged stuff we had from Anchorage in terms of decadence.
Yeah.
Because it's super decadent, but it smells like the real
definitely
deal.
in that vibe.
It's like real milky coconut.
Yeah.
Like that nutty pecan.
I would fucking love to have a bottle of this.
Yeah.
But cheers.
Cheers. Wow, what a beer to start the day with. Damn.
It's so coating and rich.
The thing is, like, it's called a pastry stout. To me, this tastes like an adjunct. I started calling these beers adjunct stouts because they were made with adjuncts and they taste like the adjuncts. They don't taste like fake, crazy sweet pastry things.
Yeah.
There's so much spirit character too.
Yeah, the rye whiskey just has such a long finish. Slightly charry, toasty, slightly spicy rye, a touch of cayenne pepper.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fucking good.
This is my first barrel aged beer from Forager, but I really want to try more. This is amazing. Wow, a huge 2 thumb up. I think this might be one of the better. We're starting with one of the best beers probably of the festival.
Yeah.
There's a chance. I even
Let's
like
see
there's
what
a
they
lingering.
bring other than this. But
Yeah. There's a lingering heat of a subtle heat of cayenne pepper, and then there's like that almost like a caramelized glazed pecan.
Yeah, it has like a pecan, almost a touch, maybe a super duper light touch of like smoked chili, but it's very light.
Charry wood, that's amazing. 2 thumbs up for me.
Yeah. It's
Easy.
and easy. Big 2 thumbs up.
Well, cheers, guys. We're going to see you with more beers from the fest. We're going to talk to some people. We're going to have some fun. And, man, I've missed this.
Yeah.
But we're back. So cheers. Hello, beer tubers. We're at the Moxa booth, or we just went to the Moxa booth. Loads of lines because Moxa is great. You know, they make amazing beers. A great brewery. We got both beers. We got the Crémeux, barrel-aged Crémeux, which Henrik has, which is Uganda vanilla bean, bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout, Elijah Craig barrels. And I have the barrel-aged Viking milk, which is an imperial stout made in cooperation with Mikkeller that has been aged in apple brandy barrels and conditioned on dulce de leche, Mexican vanilla beans, cacao nibs, and coffee. And a huge blend of coffee. They look like stouts.
It's thick.
Yours look thicker than mine now. That's what she said. But yeah, let's check these out. Yeah, mine is definitely chocolatey, forward, and coffee-like, and I'm getting lots of apple brandy. But it doesn't smell as rich as what we just had.
Yeah.
At least mine. That one probably smells a lot like the same.
Yeah.
It just looks richer.
I think it's almost the same. Nice roasty aromas as well, and a huge bourbon.
It smells really good.
Coffee and caramel, and it just tastes fucking fantastic.
Like, coffee's the dominant thing for me, and apple brandy at this point.
Yeah,
But they're also quite cool.
I think there's more like caramel than coffee in this.
There's also like this pure vanilla bean.
Yeah, and vanilla. Yeah, and vanilla as well.
Try them.
Yeah, try it.
This is nice, but this is like a bit more easygoing balance imperial stout. Yeah. This one is more medium-bodied, lots of coffee, lots of apple brandy. It's quite nice, but it's not as rich and intense and just like that's the other one. Yeah. You want to try and do a switch?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. That's massive difference.
Massive difference. It's a lot thicker and sweeter and
so much rich, fudgy vanilla.
Yeah, really fudgy.
And fudgy bourbon. Yeah. Like that one is more dry and like also like woody.
But I mean, I would. It's easier to drink that one. I mean, I would probably drink half a can of that myself, but this is, I mean, 5 centiliters of this is fine.
It has like almost like porty vibes, this one. Yeah. And licorice and stuff too, and like lots of coffee. It's very nice, but the barrel-aged cremeux is like much better. It's definitely, it reminds me of something like Fundamental Observation, just like maybe even thicker. I'd say 2 thumbs up for cremeux barrel-aged. Yeah. 1.5, almost like 2 thumbs ups for the Viking malt. I think it's pretty good, but like
I like them both. I think it's just they're just different.
Yeah. Different approaches to barrel.
Different approaches. Yeah.
They're good.
They're good.
Cheers. Okay, we just went to Weltworks and I had a glass of their lemon meringue Berliner Weisse, which was for a pastry kind of sour beer, quite nice because it was actually sour. It wasn't sweet. It tasted like lemon meringue.
It's hot and refreshing.
Yeah. But Britt and I wanted. Man, we're only drinking stouts, but we're drinking Medianoche single barrel from cinnamon toast, they call it. So what it is, it's like a thread from the Warehouse H. So it's a Blanton's bourbon barrel aged Medianoche with cinnamon and a touch of a brown sugar as well.
Yeah.
So looks thick.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells really good. It's like a really nice, like you have like cinnamon,
so spice.
But there's like it's like this warming, festive cinnamon spice. I totally get the brown sugar.
Yeah, it's very much like brun farine.
Yeah. And then there's like this really deep, rich Weltworks base. Like there, Medianoche base that's like really rich, umami heavy, like toasty, charry, but also fudgy, chocolatey.
There's also almost this kind of like tobacco leaf thing to it, like sweet tobacco leaf.
It smells really fucking great.
Yeah. But there's a lot of spice.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. That's a cinnamon bomb.
Wow.
That's like Christmas in a glass.
Yeah.
It is so thick and rich.
Fuck, there's so much spice.
It's almost like you did like some kind of bourbon cinnamon autumnal cocktail with stout in it.
Yeah.
There's so much spice.
But it's not
cinnamon.
crazy sweet.
No.
Like the other Medianoches. It's not. It doesn't have that really like fudgy sweet. It has some fudginess, but it's more like licorice and dark chocolate and like very rich and tobacco.
And I'm loving that like tobacco richness, like charry, roasty malt, and then there's like all of that is combated by like this really nice fudgy vanilla bourbon kind of caramelized flavor with that like brown sugar caramel thing on top, and then the cinnamon. But you have to love cinnamon to like this because it's like really, it reminds me of Christmas.
This is definitely not for everyone. If you don't like spices and cinnamon, this won't be for you.
Autumnal.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's very, very good. I think it's a 2 thumb up.
It is.
I think Medianoche is some of the best base stouts around.
Yeah.
But a lot of them just get low rated because a lot of them have like umami and like tartness or like port sherry vibes and all this. Like it's not just sweet fudge.
Yeah.
Which I like.
But I agree with the 2 thumbs up. It's not
the best.
I couldn't drink like a huge amount of this because it's so intense. It's also 15.7%, so kind of makes sense. But it's a great beer anyway. But
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cheers. Okay, guys, we had so many stouts, so we needed a break with some pilsners, and we got a special guest joining us, aka Dan LeMan.
Hey, what's up,
Mr. Dan Burke? If you guys are in the beer community, you probably know Dan because he travels a lot. He goes to many festivals. Awesome dude. We meet up every year, and now we're drinking some pilsner. So what are you guys having?
Pastry and Mikkeller's Festival Pilsner.
Yeah. And I have Benchtop Brewing's Little by Little, which is a photo-aged pilsner with German pilsner with Mittelfuhr and Haspel. Yeah. You guys want to start?
Yeah. It smells a bit more clean than the halfway fruits, German pills. Super clean. Very, very light sulfur.
Yeah, it's super clean and crisp. Finish is really, really nice. Clean finish.
Yeah.
This one is quite aromatic. It's got Middelfluit, which is one of my favorite classic hops. So it's got that like elderflower vibe, and then it has like a little bit of a woodiness. This is also very clean.
This is super clean.
Quite drying, a little bit woody. I would like more bitterness in this one, but it's
I would
really
also like a bit more hop character with this one. But I felt like the Halfway Crooks Ada had a bit more hop character in this. Usually what we prefer.
Yeah.
Something like Schönrahm or Augsburger Hernandez.
This has got a nice peppery finish too, and it's the big thing for me as well. As you say, the finish is clean, and it's dry. I love a dry pill. And this is my second glass, so that already speaks for itself. I think this is great. You want to try swap?
Yeah.
This is quite dry as well.
Yeah.
Actually, the finish is really
Like
quite dry.
it has a bit of like a hay, grassy, peppery character. It's not like a super floral or like a, you know.
It's got a little bit of spice, quite top.
Yeah.
But it's much more well balanced. And that's a bit more popping.
And you smell a bit of like the vanilla from
Yeah.
the yolk.
This is also really good. So was this a Pilsner as well? It's very classic, you know, super well balanced, clean, crisp, bitter.
I feel like
Very
that one
spicy.
has maybe a bit more depth than this one. This is a bit lighter.
But it has a bit more brightness. that one.
Exactly.
But both are really good.
Yeah, it's a
Both
great
are-
festival beer.
yeah. And these glasses are way too small. way too
They
small.
should have like dedicated lager glassware.
That would have been so in there.
Or like mini
Mini
lager
steins.
like festival style steins.
I think these are really good Pilsners. I'll do 1.5 thumbs up on both. I think they're awesome.
Amazing. Cheers.
Cheers to more lagers. So we've been walking around drinking some stuff actually off camera, mainly Pilsners, and so far we got to agree that probably some of the best lager at the moment is a concept from Halfway Crooks and Benchtop. They're making awesome photo-age Pilsners and whatnot. We tried a few that was also decent, but a little too sweet for our taste.
The Mars Boy
Looks quite
is also
nice.
very nice.
Very well balanced.
Yeah, super clean.
But yeah, we tried a few. We tried some Transient. We tried, what was the other one?
Microphone. Mambo.
Yeah, they're nice. Not top tier lagers. But we're going to Berlin now. We're going to Schneeule. Brett recommended Schneeule in our Oktoberfest video. And we're trying their Kennedy, which is their dry hopped Berliner Weisse. It's Marlene, their Berliner Weisse, that's then been dried with Sriracha Ace and Hallertau Blanc. And when you think Berliner Weisse, you think kettle sour beer. This is not that. This is traditional, real Berliner Weisse that's fermented with mixed culture, which is how it would have been back in the day.
Bread and the Meisels.
Yes, and they're making this like Berliner Weisse would have been.
Yeah. They are using, from what I've heard, like traditional old yeast strains they found from the old school Berliners that were brewed in Germany, in Berlin. So
It smells really good. I'm definitely smelling grapey vibes from Hallertau Blanc, and then it has like dill-like aromas too from Sriracha Ace.
Degen Sambuha.
It smells really good. Really nice floral bouquet to it as well.
Yeah.
And then it's got some funkiness. You never find that in a Berliner.
a bit of funk, like just soft. It's like almost like funky pineapple kind of.
And it's got so much aroma for 3.5%.
It jumps out of the glass.
It smells so awesome. Well, that's really nice.
You know, so
It just burst in the mouth with flavor. Really nice balanced lactic sourness, crisp, chewy wheatiness, and then like really nice floral hop bouquet, grapey, and then like a hint of like dill from
lemony, lemon pith.
Yeah. It's really good. And then like the funkiness is not so
dry.
Yeah. Not so much funk on the flavor as the aroma indicated, but I still think this is super dope.
They say that it very much depends on the age. Like the funk really develops when you age Schneeuwels.
Yeah.
Because
I'd imagine this is fucking great.
yeah.
And it's rated way too low.
It's just
It's dumb.
oh, it doesn't, you know. Yeah. It
This is
doesn't
a
taste a lot like fruit, so
yeah.
it's like 3.5.
Yeah, 3.3.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'll say 1 thumb and almost 2 thumbs, like 1.75 thumbs up. 1.75, almost 2. Really awesome Berliner Weisse and like so pure and fresh tasting. you know,
Maybe
I think
with a
it's a
bit more
brewery
funk
default.
on the flavor, it could go high. But I feel like Malena has that, with, you know, when it's not dry hop, it has a bit more funky.
Maybe the dry hop takes a bit away.
Yeah,
of that.
I think so. But it's a great beer.
Awesome.
And you can drink 3 or 4 of these. Yeah. It's a chugger.
Juggernaut. Cheers.
Delish.
Okay, guys, we're at the Mikkeller Pours area, and these are tapping systems with beers from breweries that have distanced themselves from the festival, but already sent beer. So, like, you just have to walk up there and find out what's there, and there is all kinds of different stuff. So we went up here, and 8th State's beer is here, and we got a pour. Marco from Mikkeller and Friends Bottle Shop recommended that we check out Eternal Loop. That's his favorite. And listen to this, it's a collab with Equilibrium. This is an Imperial Stout conditioned on Madagascar and Peruvian cacao nibs, on Madagascar vanilla beans, peanut butter, chow mein noodles, sesame noodles, butterscotch, caramel, M&Ms, and toasted coconut. This sounds so stupid.
It sounds like the most stupid beer I've possibly ever drank, apart from something like seltzers.
It smells like caramelized sesame, whatever. Like,
but it has that umami sesame kind of thing.
Whoa, that's weird. Caramel sauce and chocolate. It smells like M&Ms.
Umami caramel sauce.
What the hell?
It's such a weird.
Okay, there is a very beefy base.
Yeah, it's a potent base, but the umami from the sesame actually is not hard. You know, it's not insanely sweet, but it is sweet. But you know,
it tastes like caramel fudge sundae with M&Ms sprinkled on top, and then there's a hint of sesame to it, like umami. I think it's borderline too much.
I could never drink a bottle. I could never drink a whole. It's not
Bias,
the same beer.
it's not the same. I think it's. This is like crazy. This is definitely pastry, and I think it's a bit too crazy pastry for me. I don't think it's bad, but it's just over the top and sweet, and like it's a dessert in a glass.
But I actually think the umami kind of saves it from being.
Yeah, but I still think there's too much weird sweet. Like it tastes like M&Ms soaked in caramel sauce with like
that M&Ms kind of thing.
I think this is borderline nut beer. I don't hate it, but I'm one thumb up. I'm not such a big fan of these kind of beers anymore. Like when it's with adjuncts, I want just more balance in this. And like you can do it. The first beer we had from Forager was with adjuncts and crazy, but so well balanced, the beefy base, big barrel. This is just like drinking a dessert more than a stout. So that's my point. But it's still good beer, and a lot of people will probably love it. But for me, it's just a one.
It tastes like a carbonated chocolate sauce.
Yeah, but with umami because of the sesame.
What do you think?
Yeah, 1, maybe 1.5. I think it tastes good, but I agree that this is borderline not stout. Well, you know, but it's you sense that it has a healthy, substantial base. But I definitely don't think this is some of the best stuff they do.
No. I think we should try the other one though.
Yeah, but that's the one Tobias is drinking. And he doesn't
can I have
like
a sip?
that either.
So what was this one called? It smells like macaroons, like coconut.
Worthless knowledge.
The coconut in this.
Yeah, s'mores, toasted coconut, toasted island, Cook's Island vanilla, TJ vanilla marshmallow, Peruvian cocoa nibs, and graham cracker.
There is so much coconut and graham cracker. I think it's better than this because this is just too crazy. That's a bit more like a coconut stout, but it's also borderline being too much. Both of these reminds me of the Veil cookie beer.
Yeah.
It's too much for me. I see why people probably love it, but I think that's definitely better. It's got more umami and like richness to it.
And also some licorice.
Yeah. So I'll give the 1.5 thumb up maybe to that,
but it's very
125. But I think they're too pastry for me.
They taste like it's definitely real adjuncts, but there's just a lot of it.
But they're also so sweet.
Yeah.
I think we'll try more 8th State because they're going to be pouring, I think, some barrel-aged stuff going on. But I think these are just a bit too over the top. But hey, we got to try them.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers. Okay, guys, you guys know that I've been advocating lager beers a lot on the channel lately, and right now we're here with Georg from Eschel. How do you say it? Elchbräu? Elchbräu. You guys are based in Franconia in Germany. Whereabouts?
About between Nuremberg and Bamberg, and also Bayreuth, in a triangle exactly in the middle. Yeah.
How long have you guys been in operation making beer?
Since 2007. I started the brewery in 2007.
You an educated brewer from Germany? Or? Where were you? Where did you study?
At Dürmens.
Nice. Well, we're drinking your Pilsner, your Keller Pils. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, it's my version of a Keller Pils, and use a lot of Spalter Select hops inside, and to complement the aroma, we use a little bit of Cascade.
I've already had a sip or two. This is awesome lager. I've been really excited about trying your beers at the festival because there's a few lager producers here, but I had never heard of you guys before. And lager is a big thing for me, and as I said earlier, I've been advocating it a lot, and I really love this one. It has a lot of that Spalter character, that like naturally spicy character, but then you get a lot of like fresh fruitiness from Cascade. But everything is so well balanced.
Thank you. I worked a long time on this beer to get it into this level.
You can drink so much of it. It even has a little bit of Kräuter.
Yes.
It dries out.
Comes from the Spalter Select.
Yeah. And then I guess the Cascade helps give some of the fruitiness, the citrus.
Yes. Cascade is only a dry hopping, and we use a lot of late hopping or whirlpool hopping with the Spalter Select. So there comes the Kräuterness.
What IBU is it?
Between 37 and 41.
It's pretty good.
Exactly.
I mean, because it has a nice drying bitterness, but it's not overdone.
No.
And then the mouthfeel on it is crazy good. Do you do decoction mashing or?
No. Infusion. Single infusion.
Okay, but step mashing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So that's probably why you get this mouthfeel.
Yeah.
What about malts in this?
Only Pilsner malts and a little bit of sour malt.
Okay.
So we have a very
So
hard
just
water.
pH.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's really good. Also, one of the big things I noticed about this is how clean it is. There's no off flavors, it's just such a super clean, hop-forward and bright drinkable Pilsner with a good bitterness. And I love that you have the floral fruitiness and everything, the citrus, but then you have all that Kräuter spice that dries out on the end. Like, it gives a lot of complexity that you have both.
That makes you want to drink another one.
Exactly. Like, you have the proper glass for this beer.
Yes. You should use a bigger glass for drinking a lager, Pils or Dunkel.
This is really good. I think this is possibly the best Pilsner of the festival.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I want to drink more of it. So we're definitely going to come back and check out your beers on the other sessions because this is lovely. Thanks a ton for being on the video, Georg.
Thank you.
And congrats on making a fantastic Pils. This is awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay guys, we're back at the festival. This is the second session, the blue session, and we're back drinking some more Forager because I think they made the best barrel-aged stout of the last session. Now we're drinking Miller's Killers, which is an imperial stout in a different blend of bourbon barrels, blended together, conditioned on 8 different types of vanilla, and then conditioned on Panama Geisha coffee as well. And she looks thick, a bit cold, but that's a vanilla bomb. But there's a huge, like, rich coffee character too. It's got that like almost like licoricey vibe you can get from like vanilla, the pod itself, but also like vanilla frosting-y and cakey vibes. But the big thing for me with Forager, that's why I think they make some of the best stouts so far at the fest. Just smelling this, it's stout first. There's so much rich umami base, and then there's the adjunct, and then the big players as the barrel as well. This really makes me want to trade for some Forager because this just smells amazing. Cheers. Oh. Vanilla frosting, bourbon barrel, so much rich bourbon. This has got to be the fudgiest bourbon character we've had in a stout so far. Really nice, like coffee aftertaste. It's almost like White Russian-esque flavors because of the vanilla. Really fudgy. I think it's sweet, but the barrel really cuts the sweetness. But it's so rich and vanilla forward. Like I love that rich vanilla flavor. I think this is like, it's like fundamental observation on steroids with coffee. It's so rich, but it's not too much because the barrel cuts everything very nicely. Easy 2 thumbs up. Forager's slaying it. I can't wait to see what they bring tomorrow. Man, this is good. 2 thumbs up. Okay, guys, we're here at Seven Islands with Kostas and Lefty.
Hi there.
You guys might know these guys if you're in the beer scene in Europe. They run Seven Island Brewery from Greece, a brewery that's gotten exponentially all over the place at the moment with many cool collaborations and things like that. And yeah, you guys, can you tell us a bit about the brewery?
Yes, we started a joint venture back in the days. 2016. Lefty is the head brewer. I was into the business with importing some good stuff, always craft stuff for Greece. We met up and we decided to go launch our brand. Started as a gypsies, and we are still gypsy brewery, contract brewery. We started for Greece. It was a big step.
Yeah.
We were always pioneering. Our first, imagine that our first beer was a barrel-aged middle stout, but it's still one of the best in Greece. From then, we grew another 2 beers by 2017, back in the days where red beer was something.
Yeah.
We've been nominated, we've been awarded as the best new brewers in the world. So from then on, it was like picking start.
We're drinking bourbon barrel aged. Is it bourbon barrel?
Yes.
Yes,
Moctezuma, is that how you say it?
Moctezuma, yes. Moctezuma was Yazdi's emperor, like lots of hundreds of years ago. So this is a recipe I was brewing that on my homebrew years at home, and we are keep developing it to be better than this is now. So I believe now we are in a place to say that it is very good.
Yeah.
But you know, when you barrel age stout, everything depends on the barrels you get. Sometimes you get some amazing barrels, sometimes you get some crap barrels. So you have to find the balance.
I think this is a very nice barrel flavor. There's a lot of fudgy bourbon character, and it has a good dryness as well, so it doesn't get too sweet. There's a good amount of sweetness, but like it's cut by the barrel. And I think it's very important with barrel-aged beer, because oftentimes you get barrel-aged beers that are like so cloying and sweet. And I think you need that dryness from the wood and the spirits.
We like our beers very balanced, at least. Have a bit of everything. Even the booziness, even the bourbon, even the sweetness. Balance for us is very, very important.
This is very nice. What barrel is this aged in?
This is a selection of Kevin Hill, Watford, and some other from a local distiller.
Nice.
Yes. But most of them are Kevin Hill.
Nice. And this is straight imperial, right?
Straight
No
imperial
adder.
No.
Does it taste like a straight?
Not even vanilla.
Just-
All the
just
vanilla is
start.
from the barrel.
Yeah, exactly.
And tomorrow we have tapped on the version from the rum barrel.
Nice.
Which is way better than this one. It's amazing.
It is?
Yes, it's amazing. Yes.
Nice. We'll have to come
We
and try
were
it.
lucky. We were very lucky because we found some very freshly emptied rum barrels from Australia.
Nice.
And actually, you are the first to know, because you have to know, because you are playing a big part in the craft business. Actually, we're doing a 5 years anniversary double barrel of those 2.
Ooh, nice.
And we're going to release it.
We blended the best. We blended the best of the barrels to create the double barrel.
And we're
version.
going to release it before Christmas.
So a double barrel Moctezuma, which is rum and bourbon.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds really awesome. When are you going to release that?
Somewhere before Christmas.
Something to look forward to for sure.
We can ship you some bottles.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks. Well, this is really nice. I mean, it's a bit more well balanced than some of the other crazy stouts that's going on. And I've been talking a lot about on this festival. I really also like to drink stouts that aren't filled with alcohol. It's nice to get something where you get the expression of the base beer and very good
Old
barrel.
school, straightforward.
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Thanks a ton for being in the video, guys.
Thank you very much.
Take care, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, just Michael, and today joined by
Sugar Boy.
Sugar Daddy. No. Today we have an alcohol review from Mikkeller Beer Celebration 2021. This is blueberry wine from Superstition.
Yep.
And I know we reviewed this earlier when we had all the berry wines.
Yeah, we tried
This is more awesome alone, I have to say. It could be a lot if you drink all four of them, but this one is just awesome.
It's good between all the stouts and everything, the sours.
Definitely, definitely. But be prepared for me to take over this channel for good, because Peter's just over. Yeah! I'm out.
And then you should drop your glass.
No.
We're back, guys. We're drinking some more Medianoche. I thought there was supposed to be Warehouse H, but at the stand it says it's a single barrel special edition of Medianoche. This is apparently the Spirit Hound Honey Bourbon version, and it's a 4-year-old bourbon barrel, and it's been aged in there for 26 months. So Medianoche without fuzz, just barrel.
And it looks like motor oil.
It is rich and thick.
Look how thick that is.
Smells really good, really rich and dense, but it's much more easygoing. Not like that all that crazy cinnamon as the other one. It's just like really nice, straightforward, like sweet fudgy bourbon. I see the honey. Maybe it's just the name of the. Because it's called honey. I'm sensing a honey kind of vibe.
I think. There is a honey sweetness to it, maybe a little bit.
That is really good straight barrel aged stout. Really rich and fudgy. It's got that kind of like brownie batter vibe that you get at Side Project.
That is really dense.
It's really chocolatey.
Oh yeah.
So chocolatey.
That is chocolate sauce with carbonation in it almost.
No, I think it's more beer tasting.
It's more complex than that.
It's more beer tasting than like some of these chocolate sauce beers. But it's amazing.
It is really good.
It's really good. 2 thumbs up. I really dig this. I just love that it's a straight barrel aged beer that's really rich and dense.
I mean, look
of flavor.
Look how it coats the glass. It just stays there.
She's thick and black. I love it.
She's thick.
Cheers. Okay, guys, this is a first, but it's a first that's about time. Peter, the master of Hoppets, being joined with Henrik from Omnipollo. You probably know this legend. Bring loads of beer. You guys have been making so many different things nowadays. All your crazy stouts and what you're making, pilsners. You have your church now. It's a big congrats on the church.
Thank you.
That must be a dream come true.
It is, for sure. I mean, it's like 11 years of home brewing and 1 year of professional brewing today at the church. So yeah, it feels like a big home brewery. So for anybody who's, if you want to see kind of how we brew beer, it's more or less like an amphitheater with a brewery in the middle. Very open space.
It looks very cool, but also looks very tight, with all the equipment.
Yeah, we filled it up with every piece of stainless steel we could fit in there, more or less.
And you had your custom-made brew house from Alcon, right?
We did, yeah.
The oversized mash tun and everything.
It's not only oversized, it's also 2 mash tuns. So we can brew like very high gravity beers, like 32 Plato plus, without any sugar if you want.
That is crazy. that is crazy equipment. But we're trying something very special.
Yeah, I'll hold this up. This is like our, kind of like the most exclusive beer we've ever made. So this is an Imperial Stout brewed at the church, freeze distilled, and then aged in small like bourbon barrels with that previously held Buffalo Trace for roughly a year and a half. And then we've just smashed it with coconut and we've roasted at the church. And then coffee beans from Geisha Village, like friends of ours, fantastic coffee growers that sent us coffee over to Sweden from there.
How strong is it?
It's 25 ABV. I haven't been telling people that until they try it, because I don't want people to go like, hey, it's so boozy or something. It's like, try it.
Well, let's check it out. I'm really stoked on this.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, there's so much coconut, and the coffee character is very rounded, actually.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's almost smelling like cold brew.
It's not. It's actually whole beans steeped in the beer, with a lot of it.
Wow. How strong did you say this was?
25.
That is crazy. That is nuts. It is so decadent and rich. What I love about it, it's got so much umami.
It does.
It's not just sweet fudge. Like there's so much like roasty umami-ness in the back, which is really nice, and it plays really well with the coconut.
Yeah, it's almost like a saltiness. I think, honestly, like the supercharged coconut kind of gave it that almost savory like touch that it needed. It was like a bit two-dimensional, one-dimensional from the beginning. But yeah, I like it.
Maybe it's like the heavy toasting.
Yeah, we roasted it like very, very dark. Yeah.
This is awesome. It is so thick. Where like often with freeze distilled beers, for me, I have a preconceived notion that they're going to be thin and boozy. Because like the runnings you get out, but when you brew a beer this like thick and intense, it makes sense that it will not lose any body or anything from being freeze distilled.
Dude, like I hesitate to use the term freeze distilled for this, and I knew that from the beginning. I was like, we're just gonna sell it, and then people are gonna be like 25 ABV, like how the hell did this sell it? I might as well just like, it's a very kind of like soft freeze distilling, if you will. Like we simply just like put it in the freezer and like drop some water out.
I think it's the softest freeze distilled beer, putting it lightly, because it's not like boozy, warm or anything. Like it tastes just like a crazy rich imperial stout, because it's so dense and charry and chocolate. There's loads of barrel character too. I think this might be one of the craziest beer you've done, but it's also one of the like most absurdly tasty ones. Like it is for what it is, you know. It tastes amazing.
Awesome.
I think so. It reminds me of drinking some of the crazy stout that's around from some of the hype US brewers. It's just very compact. Like they're so dense with flavor. You have to enjoy really thick, rich beers, but like, is this going to see a release, a small release or something?
We have a couple of other versions, like a port barrel aged, Heaven Hill barrel aged, and definitely they'll see like smaller circulations. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's fun to bring this stuff to festivals primarily, but like, yeah,
that's really good. Also, I love the coffee character on it. Even though there's a lot of it, it's not got that like green coffee bean or bell pepper or anything. It's just like a really nice, pure, nutty coffee flavor.
I think this coffee, whatever we put this coffee into 3 beers, and it just works incredibly well. I think in beers overall. It almost has like nutty character.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic. It's a damn good job. And thanks a ton for being in the video and taking your time. You know,
thanks for having me.
We've been meeting up at MBCC for so many years now, but you never went. You never did a video.
Yeah. First video.
Yeah.
This beer is worth it.
I think so.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks a ton for sharing, man. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers.
Okay, guys, this is the last session. We're trying to do this without getting copyrighted. I have a stein of Rauchbier from Hülli. Stein I got from Omnipollo. And otherwise, we're drinking a Glühwein made from apple cider, sweet apple cider, spontaneous apple cider, or apple malt from Äppelrot.
Or Stuvin.
Stuvin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so festive. It's like stewed apple pie.
Christmas in a glass.
This will be it for the first day of MBCC. It's been great. So much stuff going on. Tomorrow we'll try and do a live stream.
People just singing.
Yeah. This Rauchbier as well from Hülli is amazing. The fact that there is an Rauchbier is amazing. And the fact that I could get a whole pint is amazing. What do you think of this one, just Michael?
I just love it. This is my third or fourth glass. The only thing I've had 2 times is
well, with that said, cheers and see you guys tomorrow. Gimme a Glühwein after midnight.
Sig noget vildt.
Det er sandt med øldals.
Det er øldals.
Vi har øldals med i byen.
Det er fandme øldals. Det er fandme øldals.
Det er så meget i det nye YouTube-navn. And this is Uldalf.